Good morning, adventurers, from deep in the heart of Texas. Summer is in full swing, and we are ready to live that summer life. I don't think I've ever been more ready or excited to be in the water.
Get in there. What are you? Like a little fish out of water.
Nice one.
Well, howdy y'all from sunny Texas.
Specifically, the hill country. If you've been following the channel for, I guess you'd have to follow for a while, you know that we come here often.
Yeah, we do.
And that is because it's got this cool desert vibe, but it still is very green.
It's still very hilly. Thus the hill country.
The hill country.
We're way too similar, you guys, at this point. If you missed our previous video, we did kind of a beeline from Minnesota down to Texas. Ultimately, we want to head out to California because our RV Clementine is still out there. But before we do that, we wanted to check out some places that we might want to buy, some land we might want to buy while we're here in Texas. Up until now, we've only been able to do that from far away, but you have to really go there. You got to lay eyes on the place to really know what you're getting into. We don't want to buy something sight unseen, so that's why we're down here.
Yeah. We don't want to really show you guys too much of what we're getting into. Just in case we buy one of these, we want to kind of keep it a surprise.
Yeah. But we figured it would be a lot of fun to take you guys all around the hill country, show you guys some of our favorite things to do all around the area, show you all that the Texas hill country has to offer. If you're not familiar with the hill country, it is basically this little portion that starts kind of in the southwest part of Austin and then spreads down into the middle part, basically the heart of Texas. It's comprised of all these small towns and then of course big rolling hills, not quite mountains, but enough to make the landscape pretty interesting. We are going to be meeting up with Mark and Amanda, who are our friends that we have traveled to a bunch of different places with. They moved to Austin a while back, so we try to see them anytime we come through the area.
This will actually be our first time hosting people in our trailer, so we want to be really good hosts to them. So we are actually going to let them stay in there tonight.
And we are actually going to stay in a tent, but it's not just any tent. It is like the ultimate portable glamping tent. It's called the Space Acacia, and they're sponsoring today's video, so we want to give them a huge thank you for supporting the channel. We've actually been dying to try this thing out. They finally were able to send us one, and we are going to plop it right next to the water and stay in it for the night.
It's time to take on the hill country.
We'll see you there.
Next up, we are going to do what every person traveling through Texas should do, and that's eat delicious barbecue. And that kind of rhymed, and I'm pretty proud of myself.
Nice job.
We heard about this little place in the middle of Dripping Springs that is supposed to have some like mind-blowing, delicious barbecue. That is where we're headed. Give me the meats. God bless Texas, y'all. We made the perfect first stop for this trip. Oh my God, we got some of the most delicious barbecue I've ever seen in my life. We got ribs, we got brisket, we got jalapeno cheddar sausage, we got sliced turkey, we got piggy tails, which is smoked and candied bacon, baked potato salad, we got jalapeno mac and cheese, we got charro beans, we got Texas style green beans.
It never ends.
Never ever ends. And then of course, a hearty pile of toast to sop it all up with.
The ribs came highly recommended, and I can see why. I mean, that is just glorious, glorious meat right there. It's kind of an intimidating amount of meat, but not too intimidating. Oh yeah, baby. The meat is obviously phenomenal, just slightly smoky, super juicy, but the rub I think is the star. But it's just really nice and spicy. It's subtle, but it's very peppery. The pepper comes across the most, I think. It is absolutely delightful.
I'm gonna give the brisket a go. Oh my God, it's just gonna fall apart, I can tell already.
Yeah, we're big fans of brisket when it's done right, y'all.
I always just wanna douse everything in barbecue sauce, but you gotta taste the meat first, right?
You taking this whole bite?
No, I'm not like you. I can't fit this whole thing.
Right.
My. Holy moly, y'all. You know, normally I'm not a big brisket fan because it's usually too tough and dry.
It's hard to do it right, I think.
Exactly, but this is perfection. If you ever want to try brisket, come here and do this. It's so smoky, so peppery. It almost tastes like a hint of jerky in there, but it's so tender and it's like melt in your mouth meat.
We've decided this is officially some of the best barbecue we've ever had. This maple bacon pigtail thing is just so delicious and a little bit sweet. The potato salad is pretty much as good as potato salad gets, and it's like no potato salad I've ever seen before. The turkey is surprisingly a star. It's so moist. You hate that word, don't you?
Oh, I think a lot of people out there hate it too.
But it's super juicy and really tender and has tons of flavor, and then you dip it in the barbecue sauce. It is magic. But the best thing you can do is take the macaroni, get a little bit of this cheddar jalapeno sausage, get a bunch of sauce, and then, oh man.
Yep, and then Flavortown explosionness. Well, we officially have enough food for, I think, like the rest of the week. Eating barbecue in the middle of a Texas heat wave gives a whole new meaning to the meat sweats, y'all. I am just like drenched, but so happy.
Yeah, totally worth it.
Now we're gonna go pick up our trailer and head to our campsite and get the trailer all set up for Mark and Amanda to stay in tonight, because it's a lot different when we're staying in there versus friends staying in there.
We kind of want it to be perfect and nice and clean, so
yeah,
we're gonna go get that sorted.
Very much not at the moment.
You guys, our setup is looking pretty good on this camper.
Yeah, we keep adding little things that we realize we need along the way. Like, we got this to wipe our feet on, but then we realized you just step on more dirt. So now we got this to make our living area even bigger. We finally are putting out our little canopy. We've got chairs.
Of course, everything has to be matching too. The inside is full of plants, but we really need more because I want to put a bunch of plants there, you know, have some on the picnic table. We need to get some lighting, but we couldn't find any. We're doing this all up nice for Mark and Amanda, not for ourselves.
That's the real thing that's happening here.
Well, howdy, y'all.
I didn't realize how busy this place is.
Good to see y'all again.
Hey, y'all.
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
I'm jealous.
We might have you guys beat with our koozies, though. I don't know.
Yeah, for real.
And then there's Allison's.
The wide mouth.
Yeah,
Big mouth.
Had to get it to match her flip-flops.
My fish flops.
Fish flops, sorry.
Did it right. Mark and Amanda are up at the trailer getting all settled in for the night, but that means we gotta pitch our tent.
Was that a sexual innuendo?
There's been a lot of those in this video, but we really do. We have to put our tent up so that we can sleep in it tonight.
Let's do it. Holy cow, you guys, we set that up in like 2 seconds.
That was the easiest tent setup in my entire life, except for... Oh, that took only 1 more second.
That's right, it's like a portable yurt.
Abracadabra!
These do always look like little magic wands, don't they?
They do. I just want to do magic in here, but instead I'm gonna magically support this tent.
Holy cow, man, this thing is intense.
Intense?
I didn't even mean that to be a joke. No, I did mean it to be a joke.
Yeah, there you go. That's the one.
This is easily the highest quality tent I've ever seen in my life. It's just so friggin' sturdy. You guys saw how easy it was to set up? There are 3 parts to this tent system. You have the base here, you have the actual tent here, and then we have a canopy here, which actually goes over the top of the whole thing. So you can use that to like keep out all the rain. We're gonna opt not to use that because we're gonna open up all these zipper holes that are all around the thing and opt to get a lot of airflow in here. I thought it was just gonna be an air mattress, but when we blew it up, it's super firm. It's like a hard surface.
It's more like a wrestling mat or a gymnastics mat or something. So obviously this is more glamping than real camping. It's more for throwing in some off-road vehicle, a 4x4, a truck or something, and driving out into the middle of nowhere, setting it up, and then living the life of luxury in the middle of like mountains or on a river here. We really wanted to try out this tent, but all they had left was Sakura, which is this pinkish color, but I really like it. I feel like it really stands out from everyone else's brown or green or blue tent. It's like the Barbie era, right? That movie's out.
You should have brought your pink swimsuit.
Oh, well, I can go get it.
Maybe you should.
All right. All right. Pink and Barbified. I bought this for my sister's bachelorette party and never thought I would wear it again, but here I am.
It's perfect for this occasion.
Yeah, it is. Because it has the inflatable bottom, we don't need any sort of mattress or cot or anything. We just have our bedding down here with our real pillows.
I was a little skeptical at first, but I think the tent camping experience might work after all.
Well, we officially found the party. Whoa. It's so quiet back at our campsite, but down here it's just rocking and rolling. And now I'm stuck in the middle of a river with a bunch of chips. I don't know what my thought process was, but it wasn't a good one.
Because it's like you want to be in the shade, you don't want to be too deep. So.
No story. Just put them on your lap, they'll be your baby. But on the plus side, being in the shade and in the water, oh, it's lovely. This is living the life.
I would cheers you right now, but I left my beer way over there.
Well, we'll get it together. Just give us an hour or two, you guys. We'll sort it out.
Man, we are living that lake life, y'all.
Oh, we are here.
But this is the Guadalupe River. It traverses from the north to the south of Texas.
So as you can see, for the most part, it's pretty dang calm. But don't let that deceive you, because there are a few rapids in here. And if you are floating, which we have done many a time, sometimes they creep up on you and it gets a little wild.
And if you guys remember that time I smacked my tailbone in Bali, I'm still scarred from that, literally and metaphorically.
Yeah, so today I think we're just gonna be doing some seat chilling.
But the river is so long, you can find nice long stretches to yourself. And bonus points if you come late on a Sunday or during the weekday, because you can pretty much have the river all to yourself. Or just do like we decided to do today and wait for everyone to leave. But we've killed enough time on this river. We gotta go find Mark and Amanda and then make a little dinner. We are cooking up a feast as usual. These might be some of the best looking green beans we've ever made.
I'm so excited.
And then of course some big old sausages, y'all.
Well, you know, it's all fun and games until somebody burns their wiener.
I wonder where she got that from. She saw this at the supermarket and was like, yeah, gotta have it. And how about those cicadas though?
They're, I mean, like, insanely loud.
What's really funny is that their little shells are all over the place. And sometimes you see them just like right next to your head and you're like, ah! And then you realize it's just their little skeleton that they leave behind. Also, I've decided I won for best koozie. I mean, come on.
I know, mine matches my flip-flops, but his are
Your
my
fish flops.
my fish flops. Do you guys know how many times a day he does this now that he has this koozie? This is how you shut him up. I don't know what's happening anymore.
We're losing it.
Yeah.
Well, good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
Well, we slept surprisingly good. Luckily, we had all these vents open, so we had a little bit of a breeze, but without that, it would have been pretty tough.
But you guys, we realized that it had this little like noodly thing hanging out.
We were wondering what the heck this is. This is a little hole for a vent for AC.
Freaking genius.
We could have had AC this whole time.
I mean, luxury.
This is not a bad spot to wake up to, huh?
Not
We're right on the
at
river.
all.
Would you guys believe it if I told you that this thing actually floats? You can camp on the water if you're so inclined.
Yeah, they give you a tether that you can tie off and everything. We thought about it, but we'd probably get in trouble here.
Yeah, we'd probably wake up like miles down the river. Mark and Amanda text us that they already left. I guess they had a little brunch they had to go to, but apparently they slept pretty good, so.
Yeah, everyone slept good all around.
Yeah, but anyways, we're gonna get ready, get out there, and we got more of the hill country to see.
We
Y'all.
got some fun stops today.
How many times can we say y'all in this video? Let the counter begin.
Y'all start the counter.
Well, I already did the
Sorry,
snack
I
thing. You
know.
can't talk
Damn
after I do that. Should I do it again? Okay, transition.
All right, from beers on the river to wine on the hillside in the hill
Cheers.
country. Oh man, Texas. Pulling out all the stops for us. I love it.
We did happen to find this really awesome winery, Hawk Shadow. Has the coolest name ever, too.
And confirmed, there are hawks and they are casting shadows right here, right next to us.
Right there, before our eyes. But man, there are wineries just dotted throughout the hill country, so we always try to go to a new one when we come to the area. We lucked out and found one with an incredible view of all the surrounding countryside. No one else is here. We got it to ourselves.
Yeah, you can get married right here with the view, and if you do, please invite us, because I want to come to a wedding here so
this
bad.
is an awesome wedding venue for sure. They only use grapes from Texas, and Allison did a tasting and confirmed they have generous pours, so get the tasting.
They do, and oh my gosh, y'all. We went with a rosé. We are normally big, just full-on red, full-body, dry red people.
You're pretty full-bodied red yourself.
Thanks, darling. Moving on, but today we went a little lighter with the rosé and can confirm maybe...
I'm still laughing about that one.
You made me blush with that one. They said we could go check out this cellar down here. Are you ready to take a whole barrel of wine? Do you think we could get
Could
one
we
up here?
sneak it out without them seeing us?
Maybe put it under my dress here.
You guys, they have a proper like cool wine cellar down here. They built it into the rock. This reminds me of like France. You know, we've been to so many wine cellars there, and this is exactly what they look like. Granted, they're a little older, but they have the same vibe.
But they do, confirmed, have French wine barrels. They have Hungarian. They have, I think, Italian. So a little bit of France is still down in here.
So which barrel are we gonna try to take?
Whoa, probably one on the end. It's easier. Maybe one low. We'll just roll.
Yeah,
Wait,
grab it.
There's a door. Easy. All right, this is the one.
I guess it's pretty heavy.
It's a little heavy. Also, that was like got really weird, I think.
It looked like you were humping the wine barrel there.
That's what I realized halfway through that bit, that's what was happening, so let's stop. We're just gonna leave all of these right here. Confirmed, they're heavy, they're sturdy, and that's what you want your wine to be in.
Y'all, we found a field full of proper Texas longhorns. They're so intimidating up close, and you get a little nervous, but when you get close to them, they just don't give a shit about you at all. They're just minding their own business, eating their grass. Next up, y'all, we are heading to the adorable little town of Gruene. There are tons of little towns like this dotted all throughout the hill country, and we love just like going through, exploring the downtown area.
It's this charming historic district. There are little shops just all over the place, little Texas tchotchkes, there's ice cream, there's restaurants, there's bars.
And actually, just down yonder up there is the oldest dance hall in Texas, and that is what we are going to be headed to tonight. I thought about bringing my cowboy hat, but I'm also a little too self-conscious to wear it. Because I'm not a real cowboy, you guys. I can't actually pull it off. I feel like everybody knows when they watch me.
But tonight was your night, man, to embrace your inner cowboy. Oh my gosh, you guys, that line was insane. It was maybe one of the longest lines I've ever seen. It took us literally 1 hour to get 2 blocks in.
Yeah, I've never seen Gruene Hall so crowded.
I have not either, nor have I seen so many young children in one place. Y'all, I'm feeling my age tonight, and
Yeah.
it's kind of sad.
But we have our over 21 sticker here, so
Which
that
is-
means to the bar, where
Yes.
all the young kids are not.
Snoopy, lead us to the bar.
Holy cow, y'all, that was a blast. But that was so much funner than I ever thought it would be. Completely worth the hour we had to wait in the line.
Yeah, I think my hair tells the story of
Yeah.
how wet and wild it was in here.
So much sweat. Oh my God, I'm wet, you guys. But man, people were cutting a rug. They were doing like proper Lindy Hop all over the place. They were doing all kinds of different types of swing dancing, country dancing. I've never seen anything like it.
It was a lot of fun. We used to take swing dancing, Lindy Hop classes back in San Francisco like 8 years ago. We tried a few moves tonight.
Yeah, we did dance a little bit, but I didn't really know how to film it. So we just put the camera down, we cut a rug a little bit. We're very rusty, so I didn't want you guys to see it
didn't want
anyway.
to see that anyway. No, nobody else here did either, but that's okay.
Yeah,
It was a lot of
anyways,
fun.
they're kicking us out now,
Yeah.
so we better get the hell out.
All right, y'all, we had to make one final stop to Wicked Voodoo Espresso. We can't get enough of their coffee when we're out in the hill country.
Yeah, it's just this tiny little trailer, but they make a very mighty tasting coffee.
Oh, it's so good. Well, we had an amazing time out here. I hope you all enjoyed coming and exploring the hill country with us, eating some yummy barbecue, drinking some drinks, cutting a rug. We did so much in such a short amount of time.
We
It was
did.
glorious.
We took on the hill country, baby.
No, it was too short, but sadly, we are actually flying back to California the day after tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we gotta go get our elves in gear. Goodbye, adventurers.
We'll see you on the road.